Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. Happy Monday. I hope you're well. Welcome on in. So, this is episode 87. Or no, this is not episode 87. Holy shit, we are on episode 88. We're really just getting down to the nitty gritty too, right? Like these last couple episodes before 100 are an interesting milestone to say the least, for sure. But we have a wonderful show lined up for you guys. Couple topics of discussion, updates, a whole lot of good stuff. But you guys know the drill, so let's hop right into regular updates. So, episode 87, last week's episode, is available on all platforms if you missed it or didn't get a chance to catch the live show. So, go run that up, man. Episode 87 was one of the more longer ones, but we had a lot of really, really good submissions. Everybody's been killing it lately as far as submissions go. We have a really good list tonight as well. Some designs in there, which I'm excited to speak a little bit about on, but that's besides the point. Episode 87 is available on all platforms, on all digital audio services, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and of course, the Music Mondays YouTube channel, the home of all the Music Mondays content. Make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are 6 subscribers away from 70. Go show us some love, man. And of course, by doing that, you're also showing these artists some love. So go show these artists some love as well. We have a brand new staff member. Ivica Glass is now a part of the Music Mondays staff team. They are brought on as a curator, and it's been a really, really big pleasure to have them on board. I'm not gonna lie. Ivica is a wonderful, wonderful artist that's really tapped into artists that Music Mondays needs to support and wants to support. That's our bread and butter, right? Is artists that need a lot of love. So welcome Ivica to the Music Mondays staff team. If you see her around, make sure you go show Ivica some love. And of course, make sure you check out allmusicmondays.com. Their staff profiles on there as well as everybody else's staff profiles. So make sure you go check out the Music Mondays website. And with that said, if you're interested in joining the Music Mondays staff team, we are open for recruiting. We are still in the need of writers, designers, curators, and passionate underground individuals. So if that's you and you feel like you have something to contribute to the Music Mondays team, and as we grow into a sustainable platform, your services will be greatly appreciated. So if that's you, feel free to send us a pitch, a resume, things like that, in the Music Mondays DM, the Music Mondays submission email, or my DM or my email. Reach out to us somehow, and we'll definitely be willing to sit down with you. So huge shout out to Ivica. Now, Workshop Wednesday. Episode 2 is going live this week on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Workshop Wednesday was something that I was talking about for a while, post and pre Cyberfest, but Cyberfest kind of was the main Music Mondays objective there. So yeah, I'm really, really, really stoked to be able to get Workshop Wednesday back on the horse, to be honest with you. Paired with Feature Friday, those are two of my favorite pieces that are sort of YouTube content and of course live content as well, but they're outside of the podcast. So Um, definitely. Um, Stay tuned for Workshop Wednesday episode 2. We sat down with Michael Jones last Wednesday. Huge shout out to Michael Jones, Music Mondays uh, staff DJ and designer. I know Michael's been feeling a bit under the weather, I'm feeling like shit, so huge shout out to Michael. I hope you feel better, my friend. But yeah, Workshop Wednesday episode 2 will be dropping this week on our YouTube channel, so be on the lookout for that. It's kind of funny, like, these pieces of content are just going to get better and better, to be honest with you. And if you don't know what Workshop Wednesday is or Feature Friday is, Workshop Wednesday is essentially what it sounds like. It's a workshop where we sit down with an artist and they walk us through their process of production, engineering, vocals, design, things like that. And basically spill their tips and tricks for anybody else looking to learn. So definitely check out Workshop Wednesday this week. Episode 2 will be live, and episode 1 is already live on the channel. So if you're interested in feeling out the vibe of Workshop Wednesday, go check out our YouTube channel. So, Feature Friday is almost like that, except where sometimes we'd bring guests onto the main podcast here, and sometimes we would have really, really long shows. And Feature Friday was really my way of really sort of condensing that issue. Feature Friday is pretty much our exclusive segment where we sit down with artists and interview them on the show, basically talk about their career up till current date, basically shoot the shit for a while, really just introduce them to their audience and our audience as well. So Feature Friday is more of our interview segment, and that'll be coming back this month as well, leading into, of course, early October. So episode 87 is live on all platforms, YouTube, all podcast platforms. Ivica has joined the Music Money staff team as a curator. Workshop Wednesday will be live this week, and Soundcloud Sunday Volume 49 is also live on our SoundCloud. If you haven't, make sure you go check that out. That was curated by me and Ivica. Ivica had their first week curating, and needless to say, it went extremely well. Ivica has, like I said, a huge pool of artists that not only deserve a lot of love, but they think deserve love. So definitely go check out SoundCloud Sunday Volume 49 if you're interested in getting involved in SoundCloud Sunday. Submissions open every Wednesday, and they're open all week. So just go find a tweet. You'll be able to drop your links under there, and you'll be good to go. One more update. Brand new article is live on allmusicmondays.com by Ray Lowe. And Ray has been absolutely killing it with their recent pieces. This week they wrote a piece on Midwest's brand new project, Back in Action. And Ray has quite the taste for the underground. Definitely a writer that is just... I see some of myself in Ray, but as Ray continues on to progress, Ray just has this flavor of writing that's just so organic, so organic. So I'm really happy to have them on the team, and they wrote another really, really good piece that you need to go check out. So go to allmusicmondays.com, go check out some of the pieces on there by myself, Ray, a couple of other staff writers, and of course, if you're interested in becoming a staff writer, make sure you send your pitch or resume to myself or Music Mondays. So that's what's going on, man. This upcoming week, Workshop Wednesday, like I said, Dose of Daybreak, new written piece, YouTube content. This podcast will be live on our channel as well. A whole bunch of really, really good stuff is coming. I'm booking up Workshop Wednesday and Feature Friday. So if there's anybody that you'd like to see on those segments, whether it be on Workshop Wednesday or Feature Friday, feel free to drop them in the comments or tweet us or send us a suggestion. We'll be looking for sure. So that's that on the Music Mondays updates, man. So good week ahead of us. About to start October really, really strong. That's for sure. But we have some other orders of business here on episode 88 of the Music Mondays podcast. So before we get into other stuff, let me take a sip of a beverage and we're going to have a little bit of a conversation here. Because this is a topic that I think needs a lot of attention. Well, I wouldn't say needs a lot of attention. I would say is getting a lot of attention. So, this kind of has to do with sort of like a larger issue, right? And the issue in question is artists feeling like they don't get their shot, or they're not where they're supposed to be even though they're putting in work, and this and that and the third, right? Basically artists feeling underappreciated. And I think that topic in itself is understandable. But in light of the recent artist Ice Spice really sort of gaining a lot of traction, right? You know, and this is one of the topics that I've talked in past weeks about speaking on. You know, we've just been so busy with submissions, Cyberfest stuff. I haven't really had a chance to actually sit down and have a conversation on the podcast. So this is one of the subjects I wanted to tackle. And like I said, in light of Ice Spice really getting a lot of traction, I think I'm seeing a lot of people either sort of bash her for being like a new artist, right? Or people being like, hey, like, where's my Rolling Loud? Where's my hit? Where's my this and the third, right? And like what I'm about to say isn't really a hot take. It's just some hard truth that a lot of people need to hear. And I tell my own artist this, I tell the staff this, you know what I mean? Like, this is something that it's tough love, but it's got to be said. If you feel the need to invalidate another artist's success, regardless of how big or small or relevant or irrelevant it is, work fucking harder, bro. Like, work fucking harder. It kind of is a really big turnoff seeing people like bash a new artist, right? Especially a woman. We need more female creatives in space. And when people sort of go out of the way to bash somebody because they don't have the success that they have, is kind of disappointing to see. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of a big issue, and like I said, it's sort of a bigger thing that has another underlying issue where artists feel like they're not valid and they're underappreciated. Which, okay, you know what I mean? Those are valid emotions, and it's very like it's a very like it's a common thing. It's a very common thing to put in a lot of work and feel like, oh, I'm way behind, or I'm not where I should be. But when you take that emotion and turn it outwards towards somebody who has success, it really says a lot more about you as an artist than it does anybody else. King Mark, what's good, homie? Welcome. Hope you're well. Sexism in music is way larger than it should be. I agree. I'm not saying it should even be a thing, but you get what I'm saying. Absolutely. Like, the fact that this is even a conversation, right? Like I'm seeing grown ass men like give their takes on Ice Spice, and I'm like, dude, like, she's like under 25 and literally has never been on a stage bigger than like a bar before. Like some pool hall shit. Like, what the fuck do you expect to do? Because I guarantee you, if I took any random Music Mondays artist or any artist out the cut and put them on a Rolling Loud stage, they'd look like that too. And like, oh, you know, she don't deserve that, this and the third. Like, all of those things are not like okay. You know what I mean? Like, and the one common trait that I always notice from people that say that kind of thing is they're the ones who don't put in work. Like, and they might think they do, right? They might release a song every month. Um, they might try to network. They might try to meet new people, and they're just like, damn, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. And then they see somebody like Ice Spice, and they're like, dude, what the fuck? Nah, brother, like, I don't think people understand, like, what happens when people like this sort of gain traction, right? Because Ice Spice has a library of music. Like, it just so happens that that sort of like that track like just became what it was, because that could happen to any artist. Like, take legitimately any artist. Like, Cardi B is another great example of this, as to where people were eating her up on Bodak Yellow, saying that she needed a remix to um actually gain any traction, and she needed fucking a crutch. Which, if you knew, like, like, even if you took the time to Google Cardi B at the time, she had like 4 projects out, bro. Like, that's the thing with that. Like, all these people that you see go quote unquote viral, they all do put in work. Like, it's very rare that industry plants like get by people like us and like music consumers, other smaller artists. Like, it's very rare that people who are frauds get by us. You know what I mean? People like 6ix9ine and like all like the really whack people. Like, it's very rare. So when you see these people blow up overnight, it's not some kind of like luck. Like, it definitely has to do with luck, but it's not the luck that you're thinking of. It's not fucking. It's not going to buy a lottery ticket. It's more so applying pressure to the point where if something does hit, you have enough to fall back on, and like enough chances for something to hit. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people who have this like massive amount of success in such a short amount of time have been putting in work. Like, and I think discrediting that is like a really big issue, because like if any one of my guys blew up and people started saying that shit, I'd be like, brother, like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, this guy's been putting in work for the last, year, 6 months, whatever. So like, that kind of shit you got to think about. And like, if you're an artist out here bashing other artists like that, you got to get your shit together, bro. Like, you need to take that energy and put it into your own work, bro. Like, I've seen so many people not only take other people's spots, but even my spots, even on other platforms that I've worked on. Like, people that didn't deserve shit, but I just kept my head down and kept grinding. Sure, I talked about it, but I didn't let it ruin me to the point where I was outwardly speaking negative about any person who had any amount of success. Like, it's just fucking stupid. You know what I mean? It's a waste of energy. So when I see people bashing like an artist like Ice Spice, because like the way I literally saw it was before Munch, she was getting roasted for that line in her other song where she was like something about being dirty in the Bronx or some shit, and everybody was reacting to it, YouTubers and shit, and it was no sooner, like, I'm not even talking like 2 days, like 2 fucking days, Munch absolutely fucking blew up, and then everybody was, you thought I was feeling you? Like, it was like that quick. And like, that type of shit, there is an element of luck to it, but like, none of that content would have been made if she hadn't been putting in work. Like, that's the thing that people don't recognize or refuse to admit, is like, none of that content, the reaction content, the you thought I was feeling you, the all of it, none of that would have been possible if she wasn't already putting in work. That's the thing that is like really foul, and people gotta stop doing that, especially artists, randoms, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, randoms, people who don't make music, supporters, they're gonna have opinions. They don't really understand what it's like creating, right? They're most likely not creative people. So when it comes to other artists bashing somebody for their recent success, it really says so much about you and very little about the person trying to handle all of their recent success, right? Because like I said earlier, like you could take like 50 artists, pick one of them out of the crowd, and I guarantee you they're gonna look green as shit on any stage. You go put any green brand new artist on a Rolling Loud stage, they're gonna look green as fuck. They're gonna look goofy. It's their first time. Like, what the fuck? Like, and like randoms, whatever. Like, they can have the opinion, right? Because they don't get it. That's fine. They're ignorant to the fact of how much work goes into it. So why would they understand? But if you're an artist out here bashing that, you're fucking. That is some type of negative energy that's gonna get you not only nowhere, but it's gonna hold you down. Is what that kind of like weird negative energy does. Like, it genuinely holds you to fuck down. Because that same energy you put into, you know, thinking out tweets, recording videos, you know, replying to beef about it, like all that energy could be put into your next track, into your next video, into your next release. And you could do that day in and day out for a year and be in that same spot. But people don't think like that, and they're like comfortable with sort of being that kind of negative person. And that's just a whole nother topic. But at the end of the day, man, if you're out here bashing another artist that like gets a lot of popularity overnight, especially if you're another artist, you definitely need to take a look in the mirror, for sure. Definitely got to take a look in the mirror and see what's not going right for you. You know what I mean? Because like at the start, there was a big issue that was bigger than like, oh, just somebody blowing up and I'm jealous. It's more so artists feeling invalidated, which is fine. That's a very accurate emotion, right? It's very accurate to put in a bunch of work and not get anything back. But to take it a step further is just not right. You know what I mean? It's not doing anything for the space, and it's definitely not doing anything for you or your brand or your platform. It's just not. It's just fucking not. So yeah, man. I think if you're an artist out here that is wondering like why you can't get your break or why you can't sort of get any traction going, I think the last thing you want to be doing is looking at somebody else's pockets, career, bag, anything, and questioning them. And like nobody likes a why me motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like nobody does. Like this is a very like cutthroat space, and like creating isn't like it's like the only thing that's pure out of everything in music, bro. The only fucking thing, the business, the covers, the money, the whatever. The only thing that stays pure is the fucking creating. So you have to fucking keep that close to you, man. And like when you're out here like pushing that like agenda that like you've been putting in work and this, that, and the third, like brother, like if you were putting in work, you would understand why you shouldn't bash people like that. Just think about that. Because if you were really putting in work, you would look at that and be like, damn, that is lit. Because it's not luck, it's not this, it's not that. It's very like hard. It's a lot of hard work, and the only thing that like artists have throughout all that is what they create, and their real passions and the pureness of it, right? So you gotta look at that, bro. Like you can't just fucking put in a bunch of work and just expect shit to blossom. Like there's so many routes you could go with this topic, but at the end of the day, if you're feeling like invalidated, like just keep fucking working. Like and it sounds repetitive, it sounds monotonous, but it's the truth. It's the real truth. Like if you took 2 fucking years to sit down and grind every single day, bro, it could change the next 30 years of your life, bro. Shit, even your whole life. 2 years of just daily 8 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. Like, if you want it that bad, you're gonna make sure you get it. And that's what type of career this is. And, like, we're not talking about the people who are hobbyists. We're not talking about the people who do this part-time. We're not talking about the people who do this for fun. The people who want to make a living and want to pay their bills and want to be successful, you have to put in the work. Fuck the other bullshit of who's blowing up. Fuck this guy who's not working. All that other bullshit is irrelevant. All you need is yourself. Stop fucking looking at other people and being like, damn, I wish I had that. And fucking make it for yourself. And there's gonna be days where this blows. There's gonna be days where you're not gonna want to do a fucking thing. There's gonna be days you feel like shit. There's gonna be days your health is trash. But what separates the people who quit there and the ones that don't are the ones that say, you know what? I know if I do this, it feels way fucking better if I get my shit done. And it does. So, if your mind is occupied with everything I just said, you don't have time to look at another artist and be like, damn, I wish I had that. Nah, bro, like, put in everything in your fucking career, and I promise you, you're gonna get everything back. So, I agree, you know what I mean? It's very valid for artists to be out here and feel like their work is underappreciated. There's a lot of talented artists out here that don't get enough love. Why the fuck do you think I'm here? You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this for 6 years. Like, believe me, if anyone gets it, I get it. This is what I specialize in. I was the guy interviewing some dude with 14 followers for like my first 10 interviews. Like, I was that guy. This is why I do this. So believe me, I get it. I understand like how much it means to people to be valued and to have their work be heard. Like, this is why I'm here. You know what I mean? So, shit. But that doesn't make it okay for anybody to go out and bash anybody else's work. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. There's been plenty of artists that I dislike their work, and you gotta tip their hustle. You gotta respect their hustle and their work and their grind, because regardless, that's your peer. That's another fucking artist. I don't care what they make. But don't be out here bashing nobody. It's a bad fucking look on you. For sure it is. And you know, if there's people that are like fucking scumbags and this and a third, that's not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, but just don't be out here starting beef. That simple, you know? Work on your craft, and your craft is gonna work on you. For sure. So that was a little topic that I wanted to fill in, you know, really just touch on a little bit and really, really just spit some facts about that, you know what I mean? It's really easy to go, shit's hot, but it's not for me. No need to be bashing. Not like, Marcus speaking facts. And Tarek in the chat too, welcome. But literally, like, that's all, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much meme shit that just blown the fuck up, and you're like, damn, that's whack, but whatever, like, good for you. Like, get that negative energy out your body, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's there, sometimes everybody has emotions, right? And like, that's what makes all that valid. But having control over it all is like a whole different beast, and that's where you become like a true veteran of the space, you know what I mean? So just keep on pushing on, man. Don't fucking let any of this bullshit distract you. You know, none of these people blowing up are any of your concern, because believe me, they're dealing with their own demons. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy, you know, having overnight success like that. The slow and steady pace is usually the preferred method. One day you're eating fucking cup noodles rolling out of a $2 Dutch. The next day you're fucking playing Rolling Loud. It's not easy. Not easy. So that's that on that, my friends. So yeah, you know, just a little lighthearted rant, man. You know, I believe in all you guys and all, and I don't want to see no motherfuckers like inside or outside the community talk shit about people, bro. Because I know when one of y'all fucking get your respect and your traction, bro, like, The fuck? I'm not gonna let nobody speak on any. Like, what? No way. No fucking way, man. Because, like, look, there's enough for everybody, you know what I mean? Like, people see that and they feel like it's all gone, you know what I mean? No more labels are giving out any fucking deals. No more district, you know what I mean? Like, brother, there's enough to go around. Like, relax, relax, relax. You alright? You know what I'm saying? So, shout out Ice Spice, man. Keep doing your thing. Don't listen to these fucking little randoms and shit. You know what I mean? Only listen to the support, man. Listen to people that show up. So, um, let's get into this, man. Music Mondays episode 88 is underway. Um, let's get into submissions. So you guys know the drill. If you don't and you're new here, you're like, holy shit, how the fuck do I submit to Music Mondays podcast? This is how you do it. Every week following the show, which is Monday right now, September 26th. The following day, which is a Tuesday, submissions will go live and they'll be live all week up until the show goes live again. And that's basically that. They'll be the same format every week. Artists and creatives, submissions open for live reviews of Music Mondays, live on 9/26/22 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv says on plays, which is here now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creation, drop your links to portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So, you guys know the drill. Contrary to our name, we've reviewed everything from vocals, instrumentals, covers, mixes, YouTube edits, digital art, merchandise, fashion, you name it, we've reacted to and reviewed it here on the Music Mondays podcast. So feel free to drop anything that you want to get a reaction to and you want to show off and you want to get some free promotion for. Feel free to submit to the Music Mondays podcast. And of course, the only thing that we ask is that you're following the Music Mondays Twitter page before you submit. To not only help grow the platform, but it helps show respect to all the artists that do submit every week as they are supporting the platform, and it helps get the Music Mondays word out, right? Because we're probably the only platform, actually, we're definitely the only platform that's doing what we do, okay? I mean, on no cocky shit, but, you know, we've assembled the Avengers and the staff team. We have one of the strongest, most consistent schedules in the underground. I mean, what the fuck more do you want? You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But seriously, we're a fucking powerhouse lately. So the only thing that we do ask is that you follow the page, help us grow, and spread the word of Music Mondays. So, why Twitter? People are always like, damn, I can't submit my link, and this, that, and the third. My Twitter got deleted, and my dog ate my phone. It keeps the show free flow. It's one of the easiest platforms to be able to pick links from. We could do like Discord and this, that, and the third. We could do one other but Twitter is very easy to be able to just drop a link, boom, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got to worry about nothing, and messages don't get buried. And Twitter is a more user-friendly platform than Discord. Like, we have like 100 plus members in the Music Mondays Discord, but I know for a fact if I started doing submissions in there, it just wouldn't hit, especially with how consistent we've been on Twitter. So for the foreseeable future, we'll always collect submissions on Twitter just to keep the show free flow. We don't have to open up DMs, emails, Google Drives, this, that, and the third. You want your work or creations reviewed and reacted to on the show? Just drop them onto here. You're good to go. And that's about it. Submissions close a couple hours before the show, 3-4 hours. Usually on Monday, but you have about 6+ days to submit. So you should have an ample amount of time. Captain Underground, let's fucking get it, baby. Let's get it, Mark. I hope you're well. So, we have quite the lineup. Some Music Mondays All-Stars in here. We got a little bit of R down here. Sometimes like, look, bro, like, that's the thing with being consistent. Little bit of a side rant. But, sometimes artists just don't drop. You know what I mean? Like sometimes artists just don't drop every week. And, that's just how it goes. And that's why we always encourage you guys to share with your friends. If you have artist mutuals that are like, damn, I just put out a song, got 10 plays, tell them to fucking come submit, bro. Always happy to have first-time submitting artists, always happy to react to brand new artists here on the Music Mondays podcast. Absolutely. So, Monsters Sipped. Up first, we got the homie Absono. You guys know the drill with Absono, but if you don't, Absono's definitely in the league of producers that really has a platform of their own and really hunkers down on their own production and really respects themselves as an artist and really um holds production in high regard. You know, like you have Kale, Thomas Marcus, you have so many producers that have submitted to Music Mondays that really treat themselves like an artist. And Absono does just that 100%. So this week, Absono submitted a, I would assume, exclusive, exclusive unreleased Absono premiering on Music Mondays motherfucking podcast. A track titled Fear Factor, and it's tagged Trap. Uploaded 6 days ago, so brand spanking new. You know, you never know what you're gonna get with Absono. You never fucking know. This is a true grab bag producer right here. So let's get into it. Absono, Fear Factor. What the fuck? This is tough. This is actually crazy. Actually fucking crazy. Like, genuinely fucking crazy. Probably one of the more insane tracks I've heard from Absono in a while. For sure. Okay, so you guys know the drill. Let's break this down. No vocals here, so we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the instrumental, talk about the overall theme of Fear Factor. So, I mean, let's just get this out the way. The mix, fire. Absolutely. You can always expect a really crisp mix instrumentally from Epsono. I really like this mix in particular, though, especially since there is a lot going on between melodies, vocals, and even structure itself. So, mix is really solid. But two of the shining stars here for me, without a doubt, in my mind, are the use of the vocal sample. Like, truly, the use of this vocal sample is well fucking done. Like, well fucking done. I love when producers sort of structure their instrumentals around the vocal sample, and it just fits in so snug. And that sort of leans into the second thing that I really enjoy about this, the structure. It's always changing. It's not too repetitive. It's actually perfect, and it keeps a first time listener really intrigued, especially as an instrumental. Like shit like this. This is what I would release. You know what I mean? Like I love tracks like this. So as a producer, I feel like tracks like this are like fucking essential to do. You know what I mean? This is such a story. So instrumentally, this is fucking great. Definitely one of my favorite Epsono tracks, by far, for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the theme here. Fear Factor itself, it definitely has that kind of like I don't want to say game show, but it definitely has that like final kind of like challenge vibe, except it's a very like epic kind of instrumental for sure. For the lack of a better term, it's definitely large and very theatrical. Um of course, aesthetically, it's just the Epsono profile picture, exclusive unreleased Epsono, so no cover yet. So aesthetically, we're good there, but Fear Factor is definitely an appropriate title for this. I definitely got some Fear Factor vibes from this, for sure. If anything, it was more in the realm of some real dark trap, for sure. But yeah, let's fucking get it, Epsono. Thank you so much for your submission. Make sure you follow Epsono on SoundCloud for away from 30 motherfucking followers. Go show Epsono some love, man. And of course, make sure you follow Prod Epsono on Twitter. 6 away from 320 followers, man. And of course, per usual, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And if you haven't subscribed to the Music Money's YouTube channel, what the fuck are you doing? We're about 6 subscribers away from 70 subscribers, and if you have already, thank you. We appreciate it. We upload 2 times a week, full podcast episodes, exclusive Music Monday segments, exclusive tracks, a whole lot of good stuff's going on the channel, man. So go show these artists some love and go show our channel some love. So, Mac 2 times. Mac, I think it was like the last submission. The last submission, Mac said, me and Meal are about to go fucking crazy. And I think every submission since then has been fucking Prod Meal the producer. But Mac is definitely in the running for the most improved artist of this year for sure. Especially since like January, we've seen Mac just improve their craft tenfold. But Mac's very good at a couple different alternative trap genres, and even more so on the emotional side of things. Really has a unique style. So this one, I believe, made it onto SoundCloud Sunday Volume 49. So definitely go check out SoundCloud Sunday if you haven't already. But let's get into this. Mac 2 times, Do or Die, Meal the producer. Wait, this is already crazy.
Neil. Got to upgrade my life, lately it's been a ride. Cut some niggas off, cause they been switching sides. The evil took my spot, got demons in my mind. Too scared to fail, treat this money like it's do or die. Got to upgrade my life, lately it's been a ride. Cut some niggas off, cause they been switching sides. The evil took my spot, got demons in my mind. Too scared to fail, treat this money like it's do or die. I'm done with all the bitching and I'm tired of all the fighting. If you can't upgrade with me, you wasting all my time, man. Ain't no way that I can be the only one who's steady piling. These crazy niggas turn from brothers to enemies. keep adjusting niggas, that's a promise I can keep. A promise I can keep. Only friends I trust is money, cause I know for sure they can't go. Not unless you make them leave. 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 Got to update my life. Lately it's been a ride. Cut some niggas off, cause they been switching sides. The evil took my spot. Got demons in my mind. Too scared to fail. Treat this money like it's do or die. Got to update my life. Lately it's been a ride. Cut some niggas off, cause they been switching sides. The evil took my spot. Got demons in my mind. Too scared to fail. Treat this money like it's do or die. Couple months ago, one love for me, I thought it was over. Every day, suicide was getting closer and closer. At the point of my life, when I'm trying to stay sober, refused to go out like the idols did that soap on my poster. Niggas be saying I got achievements, but I don't see a trophy. Got so much love from some people, but feel like nobody know me. I really put my heart into this shit, just listen closely. To be honest, if I say someone, it's more than a bonus. To be honest, if I say someone, it's more than a bonus. Yeah, I really put my heart into this shit, just listen closely. Got to upgrade my life. Lately it's been a ride. Cut some niggas off, cause they been switching sides. The evil took my spot. Got demons in my mind. Too scared to fail. Treat this money like it's do or die. Got to upgrade my life. Lately it's been a ride. Cut some niggas off, cause they been switching sides. The evil took my spot. Got demons in my mind. Too scared to fail. Treat this money like it's do or die.
What a track, man. What a fucking track. And, honestly, I think one thing that we're definitely getting from this is Mac's hooks are just that's it's just one of the things that I'm noticing that Mac has just improved on like a lot. Like a real lot, especially as of lately. Working with Meal probably definitely helped that if I were to assume. But let's break this down, man. We're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Do or Die. So instrumentally, I definitely love this duo. Mac mentioned, like I said at the start, that him and Meal are gonna be working more together. And I really like this duo, you know what I mean? Like 3 tracks in, I kind of get a feel on where Meal's coming from, and I know why Mac would gravitate towards a producer like this, right? I really feel like these two work extremely well together. Because if you notice, these were a lot of the types of instrumentals that Mac gravitated towards anyway. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was almost like, okay, like, you'd be stupid to not work with fucking Meal. So, I like this duo. But as far as the Do or Die instrumental itself, you guys know me, huge fan of any type of guitar. Just melodies like this in general. Drums are really well done. I feel like the structure is a big thing here for me. And it gave Mac the proper foundation to really write and perform and deliver this hook really well. So, huge shout out to Meal. I like the structure, and it's definitely a really good style. So let's talk about Mac vocals. Now, we've seen Mac really go from 0 to 100 truly. Not only with like work output, but like the quality of work has really um been improving at such a consistent rate. But this track itself is very interesting, very very interesting. I feel like this track in particular, you could really tell the ceiling of Mac and like how high it actually is, right? Because this hook is just so well done. And I think that definitely is a shining star for me, is the hook. And the other one is definitely structure for sure. Which obviously is due in part to Meal, but also Mac. But yeah, I see, hearing this hook, and mostly the writing, right? The writing really just shows how well Mac can really take an instrumental and really tell a story, but have something very meaningful yet slightly like bouncy and catchy. So I'm a huge fan of this hook, and I feel like this track in particular as a whole really just raised Mac's ceiling for me. Because you could like really like refine this and like really like hunker down on this style and just keep putting out tracks like this and just keep getting better and better and better. And holy shit, if Matt keeps going, man. So structure here is great. Definitely the other shining star for me. Absolutely the hook. Um, not only for the writing, but the overall delivery, but like the structure too. You know, like the structure, 100% the structure. So, vocals are good. Vocals are solid. I definitely can't wait to see what Mac comes up with next for sure. Um, let's talk a little bit about the theme here. Now, this is such a standard Mac cover for sure. I just love the quality and like the crop of it. You know what I mean? Like it's just such a style that's so Mac, and like like I'll say it every time, bro. I go fuck. You're gonna see a cover like this, you'll be like Mac 2 times. You know what I mean? You're gonna know. So Do or Die definitely has like the whole Russian roulette kind of feel to it. You know, pretty much all or nothing. So great symbolism going on there. Now, Do or Die, pretty self-explanatory for the track itself, right? Do or Die is literally, you know, one of those tracks where everybody can relate to it, right? Running out of options, feeling like you're backed in a corner, um, feeling like you have no other choice, regardless of whether anybody's with you or not. And it just goes back to the whole story thing and how Mac is really good at telling a story in their tracks. So this is why I say the ceiling is pretty crazy because the story is well done, but like the hook and the delivery is there. So it's like, damn, like keep improving, like keep doing your thing because this just raised the ceiling for me for sure. Like you can tell that this is starting to grow as a seed, you know. So huge shout out to Mac. Thank you for the submission, homie. Much motherfucking love. Mac is 4 away from 30 followers on SoundCloud. Go show Mac some love, man. Lots of good gems on there. Make sure you follow Mac 2 times on Twitter. 10 away from 120. Go show Mac some love, man. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description in the YouTube re-upload. And make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 70 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, exclusive tracks, a whole lot of good stuff going on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Go show some of these artists and our channel some love. Let's go, chat. We are fucking ranking. So we got the homie Bloodcat, and it's a music video, and it's for Snapchat, which it's like holy shit. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to Bloodcat and visuals, man, it gets dangerous. It gets dangerous because Bloodcat was, I think the very yeah, no, 100%. The very first thing that Bloodcat submitted was a visual, and it left an impression on me ever since. So I'm definitely excited for that. We're gonna wrap back around to that and Jungle City submission. As we complete audio, because per usual, we'll go through the audio first, and then we'll go through the media, whether that be visuals, edits, photos, art, things like that. So we'll wrap back around to Bloodcat, and we'll go to our good friend Matt Rocks. Now, Matt has been putting in fucking work. Like, really, really, like, a lot of work, man. So, you know, what isn't there to say about Matt Rocks? If you're more interested in who Matt Rocks is, definitely go check out our interview. But Matt is just an artist that is very, very special, and you can really see the path that Matt is taking as far as their career goes, and like if Matt just keeps doing what they're doing, they're gonna get exactly where they need to be. You know, from freestyling verses to the styles themselves to the instrumentals to so many other things, Matt has a really, really good sound. A really, really fucking good sound. So, with that said, we have a pretty interesting track here. Exclusive unreleased Matt Rocks. Curse. And it has a couple of producers you may or may not have heard of. Filthy and Lucrative. This is gonna be pretty interesting. Like this could be pretty fucking interesting, man. Matt's been doing really well as far as networking and really like branching out as far as the producers that we've seen them work with. Um, Matt's just been really going ham, and the work ethic is really impressive. I actually love to see it because Matt has just been putting in a bunch of work. You know what I mean? We're literally reviewing like a new unreleased exclusive like every week. And you could say the same about a couple Music Mondays artists, but you know, for Matt in question, definitely been putting in work lately. So definitely proud. Cover's definitely on the more abstract end again, which I love. I'm pretty sure the last one that we had spoke a little bit about was super abstract. So this is more in the same vein, but this is just a demo of a track called Hearse. Just a little track called Hearse. Exclusive unreleased Matt Rocks. Let's get it.
I'm working on dying.
Shit ain't working, shit ain't working. The powder's perfect, dope in the hearts. Shit ain't working, shit ain't working. Been feeling hurt, was born with a cut. Falling victim to all my insecurity. Fucked up again, but sorry, it's annoying. Yeah, I hate it when you don't hit me back and ignore me. When I need right by my side when I'm touring. So please help me fix this shit. How do I fix this shit? All the damage I did back when we started. You took my heart and you went a fucking pilot. And don't stop till it's me that you calling. Baby, call me. I never meant to start any problem. And to blame it all on me. Yeah, it's running along, you got an army. You lucky I'm a coding sergeant. And your soul, that's my fucking target. Your love in the background for the spark. Yeah, trauma, this is just a departure. Just hold on, me and mine. Better life, yeah, caught us by surprise. Baby, I see the hurt. Promise things gon' be alright. Sometimes I feel like my love's not enough. Baby, you grab my stuff. Baby, you grab my drive. Lately, I've been feeling I've been in a rut, from my mind I run, but I can't keep up, running out of stamina. Yeah, I need a fucking talking about no stamina. I know these boys, they faking pussy, they can't hang with us, they don't even make it up. We spent your head on guns and drugs. OT last night, introduced to 27 club. I go out with really fun, I still gotta go number one. 111 hits till I'm fucking done. Been 222 many times since I've won. Nothing's free, run your phone. Just 444, like to treat you like another one. Nowadays, there's not much to separate us from born. The middle class is almost done. Rush is perfect imperfections. I've been all this shit ain't work. Shit ain't work. The powder's perfect. Dope in the house. This shit ain't working. Shit ain't work. Been feeling hurt. Was born with a cut. Falling victim to all my insecurity. I fucked up again, but sorry, it's annoying. Yeah, I hate it when you don't hit me back and ignore me. When I need right by my side when I'm touring. I pick to follow on. For the love, I love my bro. Spray, fall in love.
Let's get it, Matt. All right. So it's like such a well well constructed track. Like, to be completely honest with you, like super super well fucking constructed. So let's break this down, man. We're gonna talk about uh three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're talk about the overall theme of hers. So instrumentally, we kind of already knew going into this that this track in particular was going to be fucking crazy. So huge shout out to Filthy and Lucrative for this. Matt absolutely took this and fucking ran it, like absolutely ran it. Um, Melody for sure stands out to me. Definitely one of the shining stars. Drums and structure are definitely a close second for sure. I mean, what more can you say? A working on dying staple, right? I mean, this is perfect. And of course, we have the lyrics in description. So lyrics in description was always like a really really big thing, and I know Matt resubmitted and let us know that the lyrics are in description. So you are interested in that, make sure you check out the description for the lyrics, man, because Matt is an excellent, excellent fucking writer. But this is one of those tracks that just took you in a trance. Truly, you just kind of really absorb it all, and it definitely had uh a little bit to do with the instrumental as well. So definitely like dream-like sort of R&B trap for sure, and Matt absolutely ate it. So instrumentally, this was great. Um, let's talk a little bit about vocals here. Now, vocals are really something else because Matt has this mix that's so unique and so crisp that they've really cemented themselves in a style that is really unlike anybody else, and I think that's such a good fucking thing. Like Matt has done a really good job um just having a style that is irreplicable. Truly, like there aren't a lot of people that could even attempt to sound like Matt Rocks. So the mix is very very solid. Shining star for me though, 100% is the structure and the consistency, right? Like lately, Matt has been submitting exclusive unreleased tracks that the writing has just been fucking insane. Like Matt can really hang with like a lot of really good writers, and I don't think a lot of people know that. Like I know some artists that are insane at writing, and Matt's right up there with them, to be honest with you. Like right fucking up there with them. So the writing on this is fucking stellar. But once again, the structure and the delivery is like so key here. And Matt is once again telling a story, and it's a very mix of like real life and past experiences and future experiences, and sort of like just really explaining true Matt Rocks. You know what I mean? Like really, really true Matt Rocks. And this is one of those tracks where Matt gets more sentimental than usual. Because we know Matt can definitely write and deliver a really, really good emotional track about their feelings. But this is another one where you're sort of like letting the worlds collide, personal life and future endeavors. So I like the story going on here, 100%. So structure, vocals without a doubt. Um, but you know, I think when it all comes together, you really see why Matt has such a really, really high talent ceiling for sure. Like you really understand why. So instrumental was insane. Vocals were definitely stellar. Let's talk a little bit about the theme here. Now, the abstract kind of art direction that Matt has been going with is fucking awesome. Like really, really awesome. Perfectly explains a lot of how Matt's music can make you feel. It'll make you feel emotions, and it goes from one direction to the next, and it really is just this great melting pot of feelings and stories. And I feel like covers like this, and particularly the color palette because of the pinks and blacks, really represent that. So once again, a lot of good symbolism coming here. Now, first, overall, you could say this is about dying, right? Like you could say that Matt's telling a story, but there's so many lines in here where I feel like Matt is talking outside of that. You know what I mean? Like the experiences that Matt Rocks has as a person and as an artist don't ever outshine what Matt's goals are. And I think that's something to really recognize from a track like this. Is there's so many lines where Matt is like expressing his emotions, but at the same time letting everybody know that there's still work to be done here. And that just shows Matt's writing. I really think that we've sort of already established that. You know what I mean? Like, Matt's a really good writer from pretty much the majority of the tracks that we've heard. But this one in particular tells a story, and I think there's two perspectives to it. There's the future, the present, and a little bit of the past, I guess, but mostly the present and the future. And I really like this track for that. And of course, you combine it with Filthy and Lucrative, you get a fucking banger story track like this. So I hope we see this come out soon. Huge shout out to Matt Rocks. Thank you for the submission, homie. Much motherfucking love. Matt is approaching 1.8K on SoundCloud, man. Getting close. That's a great milestone. Go show Matt some love, man. Lots of fucking bangers on there. A lot. And of course, make sure you follow Matt Rocks on Twitter at Matt Rocks. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are approaching 70 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week. Exclusive segments, full podcast episodes, exclusive tracks. And if you already have subscribed, thank you. I see you, and we appreciate you. Make sure you go subscribe if you haven't already. And go show these artists and our channel some love, man. So, we are cranking into episode 88. We've had a lot of good conversations. Crazy ass submissions. Top 3 submissions of this episode are going to be real easy for sure. Since there's a little bit less to pick from than usual. But let's go to our usual commercial break. I'm going to take a leak, and then we'll bang out our media submissions, and then we'll have a little conversation at the end of the show. Have a little talk, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll continue on. I'll talk about the week and things like that. So, huge shout out to anybody that has been tuning in to the Music Mondays podcast. You guys are fucking wonderful. I really appreciate every single one of you. So like I said, we're gonna go take a break. We're gonna go take a leak. I'll be back in probably 60 seconds or less. Like I said, shout out to anybody that submitted, came through, showed love. Thank you. Music Mondays episode 88. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with episode 88 of the Music Mondays podcast. How are you? You know what? I realized, chat, I had the worst fucking caffeine headache today. Holy shit. Because I had I think one cup of coffee yesterday. I was taking like a caffeine break, so I had like one cup. And then I woke up today and didn't have caffeine till like an hour before the show. And that was fucked because I was like, yo, where's this headache coming from? It was not it wasn't like brutal, but it was like holy fuck. Um so yeah, caffeine headaches, no joke. I mean, I do that, but still I haven't got one like that in a minute for sure. So right back into the submissions, we got the homie Bloodcat up next. Bloodcat is another artist whose work ethic is second to none. Really been putting in a lot of work when it comes to not only their visuals but their recent projects as well. Bloodcat has really output a lot, like a real fucking lot. So not only is Bloodcat a really really talented artist and an artist that works their ass off and deserves to be recognized for it, but they're a great member of the community. I actually sat down with Bloodcat for an interview not too long ago, earlier this year. Make sure you go check it out at allmusicmoney.com if you want to learn a little bit more about Bloodcat. So, like I said, Bloodcat, I think their very first submission to the Music Mondays podcast was a visual. So I'm very excited to get into Snapchat, the official music video. Let's check out this description here. We got lyrics in the description. Love that. Directed by Bloodcat Beans and Cole. Produced by J Squared. You got all the links. You got CDs, beanies, apparel, wallpapers, Minecraft skins. Like, look at all that great shit. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Idol. And we got some love here down in the comments. See, we love to see that, man. So let's check this out. Let's full screen this shit. Bloodcat, Snapchat. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I got some hoes, and my bitch, she got some hoes too. She ain't on envy, so she thinks she got a whole dude. Tap through my snap, watching whole news. Swipe the send a cat emoji, send me back a whole nude. She ain't on envy, so she thinks she got a whole dude. Make her put it in me, little bitch, I got a whole two. Love her from a distance, cause these bitches gotta know who. Looking kinda Christmas, got the cookie in the dough too. Hoes text back, but they ain't fucking like I fuck. Had to let them know I'm clapping, so I Snapchat plus. I hurt myself this week, but I'm posted in the cut. Cheeks going peach, so I pomegranate nut. Hoes text back, they ain't fucking like I fuck. Had to let them know I'm clapping, so I Snapchat plus. I ain't hurt myself this week, but I'm posted in the cut. Cheeks going peach, so I pomegranate nut. Got a white man's daughter complex. 3 bed, 4 bed, thought it was a quadplex. Oh, the cat didn't mean it, gotta think about the context. Bitch, it's not demeaning if she know that she an object. See the bigger picture, making art, that's the concept. Think she got my heart, but I lost it in the project. Spark a light and then I hit the beat, that's the process. Get a line off my dick and then sneeze, baby, God bless. Hoes text back, but they ain't fucking like I fuck. Had to let them know I'm clapping, so I Snapchat plus. I hurt myself this week, but I'm posted in the cut. Cheeks going peach, so I pomegranate nut. Hoes text back, they ain't fucking
What the
like I
fuck?
Had to let them know I'm clapping, so I Snapchat plus. I ain't hurt myself this week, but I'm posted in the cut. Cheeks going peach, so I pomegranate nut.
Hey, what the fuck, man? All right. We got a lot to talk about here. So we're gonna talk about 4 things since we have not reviewed the official Snapchat audio yet. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that as well. We're gonna talk about 4 things, like I said: the instrumental, vocals, the overall theme of Snapchat, and the visual. So instrumentally, I love this choice from Bloodcat. It's got this super alternative bass kind of vibe, but above all else, it has a super underground kind of flavor to it. Reminds me of like classic 2016, 2015, even 2014 underground shit. Like, this is a very, very classic instrumental. So I love this choice from Bloodcat. This producer absolutely fucking killed it as well. So huge shout out to them, man. This is a very interesting kind of style. Not one we get a lot from a Bloodcat, and just proves that Bloodcat can really do almost any kind of fucking style. Truly. So, instrumental choice, absolutely stellar. It's just got this different kind of flavor to it. But when you add the vocals on top of it, Bloodcat really went a different direction here as well. Not super different, but really kind of it, like you can tell the confidence and like the comfortability is only increasing. Like it's only getting better and more comfortable, and the delivery is only getting more mature. Like this is another example of a track where you're like, holy shit. You know what I mean? And there's so many tracks on Catcalls 2 where it's just like this. You're getting a flavor of so many styles, and there's bound to be a track that you really enjoy from Bloodcat. So this is definitely on that realm for sure. But as far as Shining Stars go, the writing, without a doubt, the writing. But backed up by the writing is the performance and the delivery here. The hook was extremely well done as well, but I feel like the writing is just like hit a new level, like really hit a new fucking level. It's just what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like really, really hit a new level. Snapchat goes IRL. Yeah, yeah, literally. Like, and we're gonna talk about that in a second because it's a very good point, Mark. Very good point. So, um, lyrically and vocally, this track was insane. Once again, Bloodcat's really showing the flex of the hook and really how the hook can be used in such a way where you show off so much of yourself as an artist. Truly. So, instrumental, really, really great choice. I love the underground feel to it. It has a real classic feel to it. Vocals, absolutely well done. Shining star for me, absolutely the writing and the hook. The overall theme of Snapchat is very obvious, but Bloodcat's really good at taking a very simple topic and expanding on it and really making like a whole vibe from it and being able to explain almost points of view through a Bloodcat's eyes and through such like a simple topic like Snapchat. I feel like Bloodcat really, really doubled down on it and said, you know what, I'm gonna make this into like a whole theme, and it's such a simple topic. And I think skills like that are very underrated in artists to where they take simple subjects and really make full fleshed tracks and records out of them. You know what I mean? So this track definitely does that for sure. But let's talk about the best part of this submission, the visual here. Now, Bloodcat's an artist that, like I said, really submitted a visual for their first submission ever here on Music Mondays. So this, is another one to add to the collection. We've reviewed so many of them now, and they've all been so fucking unique and so well done. But I think the greatest part about this here, though, is the theme. Like, the theme is so well done for the visual because Mark said Snapchat Ghost IRL, and like that was the kind of shit that I was hoping was gonna go down in this visual. It was like okay, like yeah, like you could get it, but like if you didn't get it, you're gonna understand it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, he's with the ghosts, and like all these shots are like super simple but so well done. And that's the other thing I want to say about this visual is the editing definitely stepped up like another notch as well, especially just in this particular drop. Because as we all know, sometimes your effort just skyrockets, and certain drops just end up becoming their own entities. And this is definitely one of them, as to where you could tell the extra elbow grease was definitely put in it on the editing side of things, and it shows. You know what I mean? It really shows. Because I'm for both, right? I love highly edited and I love simple visuals. I love both. So this is one of those cases where you have this like sort of one spot to shoot at and you make the most of it, and the editing is where all that comes into play, and this really just took a fucking whole turn. You know what I mean? Like really took a whole turn, and they were able to fill up what a damn near 2-minute song in one spot. So that's fire. That's fucking fire, bro. That's really, really fire. But one other thing here that I want to touch on too is um truly the creativity and the pure, what's the word? Um Pure imagination to really flesh out things like this, cuz Bloodcat really comes up with ideas consistently, and directed by a Bloodcat and others, but this is just one of those things where it's so original and so organic, like even down to like the analog kind of looking filter. It's so Bloodcat, and shit like this is only it's bound to get supporters' attention, and new people that need new music are definitely going to enjoy shit like this. Because on top of it, Bloodcat is an artist where they have music that, say they drop an album, you could really find one track that you enjoy, regardless if you don't like everything on the album. There's always a track for everybody. And like I said, that's a very underrated skill as an artist as well. So this was great, man. I love seeing Bloodcat work. This is fucking dope. Well fucking done, my friend. Huge shout out to Bloodcat for the submission. Thank you, homie. Much, much motherfucking love. Make sure you follow and subscribe to Bloodcat on YouTube. 3 away from 175. That's a fire ass milestone. And of course, make sure you follow BCat Plus on Twitter. Bloodcat's brand new Twitter. 1 away from 30. Also a fire milestone. Go show Bloodcat some love, man. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are approaching 70 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, man. Exclusive Music Monday segments, full podcast episodes, exclusive tracks, a lot of good stuff going down on the channel, man. Make sure you go show the channel and these artists some love. Let's fucking go, chat. All right. So, last but not least, a first time submitting artist, Jungle City, by the name of Jungle City NFT, and they submitted one of their art pieces. And this is actually some of the craziest shit that I have ever fucking seen. And there are so many pieces in this collection, and I actually took a look at their profile before. And first AI generated NFT collection, and it's called Jungle City. Now, regardless of your opinion on NFTs and things like that, we're here for the art. You know what I mean? Like, we're here for the art, and that's what we do here at Music Mondays, is appreciate art. And this right fucking here is some fucking art, especially AI art. Like, I feel like that kind of deal is so unique and something that can be really appreciated as musicians, and so many tools that we could really take advantage of and really just abuse. You know what I mean? And not in like a bad way, but this kind of shit is very, very cool to see. Very fucking cool to see. Now, Jungle City is a part of a collection, so you could always browse here and check out the whole collection. Now, this particular piece reminds me of almost Destiny, and a little bit of sort of like a modern Eastern kind of city, truly. But like I said, regardless of your opinions on NFTs and things like that, we as underground independent artists always appreciate art here on Music Mondays. And this isn't the first NFT we've reviewed, so I'm always glad to feature new independent artists that are really trying to branch out and show off their work, man. So Jungle City is definitely something you need to be checking out here, for sure. And me, I'm always looking at art regardless of whether it's cover art, digital art, NFT stuff. Like, it's not really a space that Music Mondays is like super hands-on with, but we always support any independent art, and Jungle City is definitely in that category for sure. So yeah, man, huge shout out to Jungle City. Thank you for the submission. This is actually a fucking nutty ass collection. And if you're ever interested in checking out Jungle City or what Jungle City has going on, because like I said, first AI generated NFT collection, and it's now available. So go show Jungle City some love, man. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 70 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, exclusive segments, full podcast episodes, full exclusive songs, a whole lot of good stuff is going on in there, man. Go show these artists and go show our channel some love. I really like that, man. I really like that, you know. Like NFTs and shit like that are super ahead of their time, and we're very about organic and, you know, art in general, right? So I feel like shit like that can always be talked about because everybody's art deserves a little bit of respect, right? So that's what we do here on Music Mondays. We always show a little bit of love, and we're glad to react to and check out some people's art, of course. So, huge shout out to anybody that came through and submitted tonight on the Music Mondays podcast. We are approaching our closing segment here on the show. A really good episode. We got down to business. We have a couple talking segments to upload on the channel if you missed it. And of course, if you missed the show tonight, you can always find us on all streaming platforms and go check out the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Like I said, shout out to everybody that submitted. Epsono, Mac, Bloodcat, Matt Rocks, Jungle City. Huge shout out to anybody in the chat that came through, showed love. Mark, Tarek, anybody else that lurked and chilled. Thank you. We appreciate it here on Music Mondays, man. So what's upcoming for the week? Submissions open tomorrow for next week's show. If you're interested in getting your work featured on episode 89, make sure you follow us on all platforms, but follow us on Twitter, more specifically. Very, very important. You'll find all the latest Music Mondays updates available there. So, Workshop Wednesday, Dose of Daybreak, brand new article, YouTube uploads, and a whole lot of good stuff is coming at you super fast this week. If you're interested in joining the Music Mondays staff team, feel free to send us a message or your pitch or resume to the Music Mondays submission email, or you can feel free to send me a DM or send the Music Mondays account a DM with your pitch or resume, and we'll be happy to take a look at it. So, we'll be back next week for episode 89. We'll be looking for people to feature on Workshop Wednesday and Feature Friday. So if that's you want to be featured, or you know somebody that wants to be featured, drop a comment, send us a message, tweet us. Feel free to let us know who you want to see on the podcast on Feature Friday, on Workshop Wednesday. Got lots of events being planned for the end of the year, so stay fucking posted. I love you guys. Thank you for coming through. It's your boy Zom Slays. Huge shout out to anybody that submitted. Show love tonight. We'll see you guys next week for episode 89. And I think we'll go toss somebody the host. I think they have like one viewer, so let's go give them a couple more. Homie's going. He's grinding for a world record, so go show him some love, and we're gonna go hang out in there for a little bit. Next week, episode 89. Let's get it. Make sure you follow all Music Mondays on all social media platforms. I love you guys. Be safe and take care.